In this tutorial, we are going to see how to set up the server. We have attached the ISO image in the last tutorial and we did a network setup. Now we are going to power on this machine. Just click on start. So this will boot up the machine. It will take some time. So it will do some checks on the machine. So this is kind of a process which goes on. We are on a welcome page of this server, so we have to use like arrow keys from the keyboard because the mouse cursor will not work inside the server, so be careful here. Just select the language you want, any language, it's up to you. I'm going to use English. Press enter key. That will take you to the next page asking for options to select your keyboard. I'm comfortable with English. You can use your arrow keys to move up and down here. So once you are at done, press enter to move on to the next page. Here the IP address will get set automatically like DHCP. So that's fine. Click enter again, like done. Proxy address, I don't want to give anything, so click on done. The same mirror address as well, like leave it as like default. Here if you want to use entire disk, yes, I want to use that, so click on done. There are like other options as well, but for this tutorial this is enough, so click on done. Here also we don't need to do anything, just leave everything as like default, as it is like showing. So click on done. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I want to continue. That will like try to clean up the partition and install it on that particular partition. So click on continue. Now here we need to give our username. So I'm going to give my username and it is asking for server name. So Ubuntu server. So the same like virtual machine name I'm like giving. So that's fine. Pick a username, Arbaz, and pick a password. Anything, it's up to you. You can create any username. I'm just creating this because it will be like easier for me to work on in the following tutorials. So once we have everything set, click on done. So here this is like a very important step. We need to like install OpenSSH server so that we can connect to this machine using SSH. So let's say if you miss this option, then you have to like log into the server, install OpenSSH like manually. I mean, in production environments, if let's say if the server is like remotely and you are working in some other location, then it will be like very tough for you. So always while installing, it is better if we install OpenSSH server so that we don't face any problems. So click on done. If you want, we can import SSH keys from GitHub, from Launchpad. This is like option, so that's fine. Click on done here. Now the installation will start. Here we have like multiple different packages that can be like installed like a part of this virtual machine like server creation. So if you are like interested in any of the packages, you can go ahead with those packages, but I'm fine with not installing anything. I'll do it like later. Click on done. So the installation will start. It will take some time, at least like 5 to 10 minutes of time. So once that is done, we have to like reboot the server. I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to fast forward this. The installation got successful. Now use the arrow key to reboot the server. Click on reboot now from here. If you want, you can view the full log as well. So I'm like fine with rebooting the server now. Click on reboot. So it will try to restart the server. This will take you directly to the login page, wherein we have to give our username and password. You will not see any kind of graphical user interface here. This is completely terminal based server. If you want to install GUI, there are like other ways to do that, but I am not going to install GUI. This is completely like a server environment I wanted to show you people. So directly it will prompt for the username and password once all these services are like set up. So we are on the user login. I'm going to give the username and password here. Okay, it is still doing some updates. That's fine, no problem. Once again, give the username followed by the password. Then we are in the machine now. From here, I'm going to check the IP address of this machine. IP space A space S will show me the IP address. So we have the IP address here, 192.168.0.67. So let's try to connect to that using PuTTY. 192.168.0.67 with username arbaz@. This will open a prompt, terminal session to that server. The server host key we need to cache, like click on yes, so that it will remember from next time onwards. Give the password of that server. That's it, guys. We have successfully connected to the remote Linux Ubuntu server. This is the server. I connected it using PuTTY terminal.